Hi, everyone. I am with Kevin McLaughlin, the director of Thoughts. We are here at the First Glance Film Festival. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Thank you. So I just want to say I've watched Thoughts, and we talked a little bit off camera. I had so many thoughts after I
That's
watched
good.
it. I
That's
think
good.
it's so good.
Thank you.
First, before we get into it, what made you submit to First Glance?
I just had heard good things about it. A friend of mine used to work on the festival, and she had good things to say about it. And I wanted to do something in LA.
Yeah.
This is our West Coast premiere. We've been in 5 other festivals on the East Coast.
Wow! Congratulations.
So this is the big day.
Yes. And so I love that. So the West Coast premiere is
Right.
here at First Glance.
Right.
Awesome. So let's talk about Thoughts. Okay. So many feels I have with it because I think we all can relate to the active shooter, the school shootings. We've seen it on the news. It's taken up so much of our time.
Right.
What was the inspiration behind making this film?
Well, I had just been thinking about doing something dramatic with 2 actors. Most of the other things I've done previously were much sillier than this and less serious. And I had been toying with the idea of some kind of a confession, something that actors would really want to fight into.
Yeah.
And then the Uvalde shooting happened in Texas, and that gave me the idea that for this scenario with a teacher and a student talking, and it went from there. I started shooting within 2 weeks of that event in Texas.
Wow. So basically, this shooting in Texas happened. This kind of like solidified, like, I'm going to do the script on this.
Right.
Wow. And I found it, I mean, it was very, it stayed with me for a while.
Good.
I think I told you off camera, I went and Googled some things afterwards. I'm like, okay, when was the last school shooting? When was this? Because I thought it was just so interesting that so the guy, the student, the actor is walking down the hall, and there was just this long hallway of no one talking to him. Like, what was the motivation for that one particular scene?
Well, we wanted to present him as a loner, somebody who didn't have a lot of friends, and these are the kids who kind of are on the edges and find trouble in the worst ways.
Yeah. Now, did you interview any students or?
No, just it was just based on what I've heard and read about these kind of incidents, and knowing that kids who are ignored tend to be the ones that lash out.
Yeah. And how was the casting for it?
Casting was very interesting. It was great. We went through Actors Access in New York.
Okay.
I forget how many. It was like 400 or 500 submissions for the 2 roles.
Yes.
And Janine Bartell plays the teacher. She was somebody I happened to have worked with before.
Oh.
But I made her audition anyway.
I was going to say, so
she was the best of the bunch.
Yes.
And I thought it would be easier to get the teacher because there's so many women that age that are great.
Yes.
I thought the kid would be tough, but I had 5 or 6 kids that were just dynamite. Was the tough choice.
Yeah.
And then I landed on Joel, and we had to actually rush the shoot a little bit because he had just been booked to play one of the leads in Harry Potter on Broadway.
Oh, no way. He did a great job on your film. Yeah, he did an awesome job. I mean, so many people think
the tear come out right at the right time.
Yes, and so many people think acting is just saying lines, but I'm like, no, acting sometimes, a lot of times, is nonverbal.
Right.
And I think he did a great job conveying all of that.
Right.
The teacher. So, did they have a bonding moment beforehand?
Well, they rehearsed it on their own a fair amount, and they just clicked right from the audition. They happened to have an audition together.
Oh.
And they just had a chemistry right away, and that's part of why they ended up together.
Yeah, you feel it. Yeah. You feel that on the screen, the connection.
Yeah.
There is some genuine, care that goes beyond just the lines. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to say the final shot, that final scene. What was that like? Like, how long did that take? Was it difficult to shoot?
Well, you mean the whole scene when they were hiding?
End, and they're
that was a whole day.
Secluded place.
Yeah, that was a whole day.
The background noises and things, and
that was actually in the basement of my house.
Oh,
I built a little storage closet.
No
there,
way. Okay.
And that was a day. It was an intense day because that scene is so intense.
Yeah, it's a packed of emotion.
Right.
And feels.
Yes. So there was plenty of that throughout the day, even when the camera wasn't rolling.
Yeah.
There was drama.
Yeah. So with speaking about that, like, how do you keep the actors, to not go down so deep when they're not shooting, but then to still be human? And
that's a tough one. I try to let them do what they want,
okay,
and not get in the way too much, especially with something that's so heavy like that.
Yes.
There were places where I had to rein them in a little bit. They were getting too hysterical. I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Okay. Yeah.
But overall, I try to let them do what they want to do.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, congratulations with the many other showings that you have. I thought it was really cool. Like I said, it left me with so many feels. I was Googling. I was
Great.
like, oh my God.
Great.
Yeah. So great job.
Thank you.
And what's next?
With this film, there's a couple of other festivals. Actually, just heard from one today that they want to talk to me. I don't know what that means. They didn't say I'm in. They want to talk to me.
Yeah, they want to talk to you. Okay.
So, and then I think we're close to the end of the cycle. And then it's just going to go on YouTube for the world to see whenever they want.
Very cool. Well, congratulations, Kevin.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.